Large or small, your entryway is the first place that your guests see when they come into your home. Let's make it fabulous with traditional Christmas decor that greets your guests with a warm and cozy feeling. Hello everyone, welcome to my home. If you are new, my name is Lisa. I am starting my Christmas decorating in my entryway. Since this is the first thing that guests see, I want to give it a complete holiday makeover. I'm picturing something super traditional and cozy, yet elegant and sophisticated. I want a look that feels both timeless and welcoming, like a hug the moment you step inside. So today I'm taking you with me as I transform my empty entryway with classic Christmas colors, tones of glowing light, and beautiful greenery. This is where the magic starts, so let's do this. I saw this beautiful vintage Hutch on Facebook Marketplace. It was priced considerably higher, and I just watched and waited, and the price came down. So when it hit $200, I made my offer and they accepted it. It is so pretty, and it's the perfect size that I can move all around my home into different places. You're going to notice several other new additions as I work through my entryway decorating. I've started with a clear slate. Everything is deep cleaned. I've got my Christmas tree up all ready for you, and we're going to get started decorating. I'm going to add a lot of red, green, and gold Christmas accents. I'm using a lot of plaid, and it's going to be very traditional, but still maintain that warm welcome. My home was built in the mid-90s when the architectural style was to include a large entryway or foyer. If you do not have such a luxury, then you can take these ideas and use them in other areas of your home, or just take bits and pieces of it to include to scale in the entryway that you have in your home. I am also going to encourage you to use the Christmas decor that you already have and love. Because I am reusing a lot of my Christmas decor, I'm able to pull my garland, pull my bows out of the box and fluff them up and then just put them back up on my banister. There is absolutely nothing wrong with reusing your Christmas decor. I have already used this ribbon and garland for my banisters before. Everything is already cut to size. I just have to relay the ribbons across the garland and then tie on my bows that are pre-made. I just made sure that they were fluffed up. They have twist ties on the back so they attach to the garland very easily. I tie my garland to the banisters with a soft green twine so it doesn't scratch my woodwork and you can't see it because it blends in with the greenery. For my big fluffy bows, I take the loose ends of those, and it's a wire ribbon, so I'm able to twirl them and they maintain their shape, and it gives a little bit of added interest to the ribbon. And then you're going to see I come in with some giant bells. I've had these for years as well. I've hung them on my mantle, in my trees, here on my banister. You could use pine cones that you collect from your yard. You could use ornaments, or if you have a different style bell, anything like that would work to tie in as jewelry, I like to say, for my arrangements on my banisters. This greenery is giving us that traditional Christmas look, and since we're using the faux greenery, it is always going to look gorgeous throughout the entire season, and it's setting that lush, elegant tone for our entryway. If you don't have stairs in your entryway, you can always hang a full lush garland above any doorways or entrances that you have off of your entryway. for the real glow up, I have room for a 9-foot slim Christmas tree in my entryway. I purchased this back in 2018. It is still available at Hobby Lobby. I get the unlit version and then add these string twinkle lights with the clear Christmas lights for that glow up that I was talking about. I have a dedicated video of how I decorated this tree in detail. I will link that down in the description box for you. So if you're looking for more of a tutorial type tree decorating video, I invite you to check that one out. It is reusing all of the same decor, giving you that designer high-end look in a way that anyone can achieve. I break it down for you step by step. I promise you it is so easy and it's not very complicated. So I'm just going to kind of highlight here what I did. I want to show you, but then I really am excited to share the rest of my Christmas decorating here in my entryway, because I do have those new pieces that I referenced at the first of the video. I definitely want to have plenty of time to share all of that with you. The great thing about decorating in a traditional Christmas style is that your decor never goes out of trend. You know, I do not like to follow trends here. I like to use and encourage you to use things that you love. If you do that, then you will never be dissatisfied with what you have. I've added all of my big elements first into my tree, and then I'm going to go back in with my favorite ornaments that I've collected over the years. I have plain ornaments, and then I have sentimental ornaments. When my boys were really little, I started doing handprint ornaments with them, and I did that every year with both of them until they turned 18. And so I have a lot of handprint ornaments that are dated, and I put those on this tree. I mix in ornaments I've collected from vacations. I will add all of those to the tree off camera. A lot of it is personalized and has personal information on it that I don't want to share online, which I know y'all completely understand and respect. With that being said, you won't see all of that here on the tree, but I've had people in the past ask if I do have sentimental and precious ornaments, and I absolutely do. Every beautiful tree needs a beautiful tree topper and a tree skirt. I got the tree skirt last year. It is no longer available, and I've had my Santa tree topper since Christmas of like 1997 or 98. That the banister and Christmas tree are up and decorated, I can add in all of the layers of Christmas decor to my Hutch and Entryway tables. I was so excited to find this hutch on Facebook Marketplace, and I watched it for several months as they lowered the price little by little. When it hit that $200 mark, I knew that it was coming home, and I had the perfect place for it in my entryway. But the size is great that I have several places in my home I can move it around. I have kind of staged some decor in here already. I got this back at the end of September and put some decor in here to fill it up. I also added some peel and stick wallpaper to the back of it to lighten up the look. I'm trying to decide if I want to drill a hole in it and add some lighting. That's such a permanent decision that I want to make absolutely sure before I go drilling holes into my vintage hutch. With the decor that I have in here, I'm going to mix in a few Christmas pieces. I'm going to use some red ornaments and my red thrifted dishes. I have some bells and platters. It can sometimes be a challenge to decorate and style open shelving or glass fronted shelving like this. My suggestion is to always use layers, and that helps to create depth. Also, varying your heights so that your eye visually moves across the shelf at different levels so that it's not all linear and the same height. The top two shelves on this hutch have a little groove in them, or a plate rail groove, so that makes it really nice for standing up my plates and platters. Otherwise, you can use plate holders, and that helps to give you that height in the back and break up the back of your shelving unit. You can also vary your shapes and textures on your different shelves, but repeat common colors and common textures throughout all the shelves, and that helps to keep it cohesive and looking nicely styled. What design tips do you have or do you use when styling your home on your shelves and on your glass fronted cabinets? Let us know in the comments and share those ideas with us. Y'all always have the greatest information. I love hearing from you and what you like to do when you're decorating your home. Adding a few simple touches of Christmas inside of my hutch. It really does set the atmosphere and that welcoming holiday feeling that you want to get in your entryway at Christmas. Doesn't have to disrupt everything. It can just be these small little Christmas details that really transform your room. You see the top of my hutch, not only from the entryway as you come in through the door and through the room, but also as you go down the stairs, you see the top of it. So I want to make sure it is styled to look beautiful from all angles. This chinoiserie vase is called a tulipier, and it is originally designed for tulips, which I styled it like that in the spring and summer. For Christmas, I am using some faux velvet roses from Amazon. I will be able to use these the rest of the year and into Valentine's. I love decor that I can use for multiple seasons and get more use out of it. If you know me, then you know I love my blue and white transferware and chinoiserie. I use it all year long, and you can see how beautiful it looks with all the Christmas colors. I've had this golden deer for several years. I think he's very whimsical. I got my blue and white ceramic tree last year at Walmart. They have a new version available this year, so you can look for that. I will link it if I can find it online. To soften the look of all this harsh decor and so that it looks nice coming down the stairs, I'm adding 2 faux greenery stems and then these golden magnolia leaves to tie in with that reindeer. I felt like my little chinoiserie tree was sitting down too low, so I got a candle holder and I'm going to use it as a riser. It was just the perfect size to lift it up. And then tying a red velvet ribbon around the deer's neck, that brings the color from the roses down over on this side of the vignette. I thrifted this ceramic poinsettia from Goodwill several years ago, tucking it in here and finishing off this look. I have used this entry table all over my home, but the last time y'all saw it, it was over there on the wall by my stairs where I put the new hutch. I moved my corner china cabinet into my dining room and found a new home for the table here by the front door. I also put my picture up here and I shopped my home and got this large platter from my kitchen backsplash. I want to make it Christmassy by adding a little wreath on some coordinating ribbon to what I used on my banister and Christmas tree. Again, it's these simple, tiny details that make your home warm, cozy, and inviting for the holidays. This picture was a Hobby Lobby spring clearance find and I really do like it. I feel like the frame does not quite fit my decor style. That is easy enough to change. I'm using some black enamel paint that I got from the craft store. I'm going to give it 2 coats, letting them dry in between. Then I'm going to use some gold leaf rub and buff to pick up the scroll detailing on that frame, and then I'm just going to lightly rub down the sides of the frame to antique that. I don't want it solid. I want some of the black paint to still show through. I think this makes the whole picture look more dramatic, and it definitely fits the style of my home much better. It's much less farmhouse and rustic, and it's more elevated and elegant. Isn't it amazing what a little bit of paint can do to change the entire look of something? Don't be scared to be adventurous and try something new with some of your old home decor. Now you can see what this table looks like after I have removed all of the decor I had piled over here and I made over that frame. Let's decorate for Christmas. I love my books to use as risers, and at Christmas I bring out my red and green books. Months ago, I found this ginger jar at Burlington for affordable price. It was originally white. I used some Green Meadow Rust-Oleum paint and spray painted it. This is a color I would normally use in my decorating, and it is especially nice at Christmas. You can also see how beautiful it looks with that blue and white ginger jar. This silver plate pedestal bowl was a thrift find at one point. I am layering in some faux cedar stems and then a bright red velvet poinsettia. And And then I'm going to add into it my blue and white ceramic balls to continue carrying over my chinoiserie look so that it is spread out and distributed evenly throughout my entryway. I collected some pine cones on a summer trip to the mountains for this specific purpose of using them in my Christmas and winter decorating. Sometimes our Christmas decor displaces our regular everyday home decor, so I'm tucking in a few of my favorite pieces under the table so they have a home for the holiday season. On my other entry table, I've already swapped out some lamps from another room. I've laid out my garland with the lights. This mirror is a thrifted edition. Look how I bought it from Goodwill. A lot of patience and a little spray paint, and it looks completely different, doesn't it? I am absolutely in love with this mirror now. It just needed a vision and some of that Rust-Oleum Green Meadow spray paint. I will be sharing the full DIY makeover on this mirror soon. Y'all just get a sneak peek of it here today. On top of my thrifted books, I'm placing a thrifted brass tray. This is going to be the pedestal, so to speak, for my chinoiserie jar. I'm using some winter greens with some frosted berries. I'm making a simple arrangement. I want that mirror to be the star of the show over here. I want to keep it simple for me. I'm a maximalist, and this is absolutely keeping it simple. My ceilings in the entryway are very tall, and this mirror elongates that and accentuates the height in the room. So I want the scale of this arrangement to be in alignment with that, keeping it large and tall so that it all fits together. I also want to break up the linear line of the lamps. So I want the arrangement to be a little bit taller than the lamps so that everything is not flat at the same level. I'm tucking in a few of those velvet poinsettias. I got these several years ago at Hobby Lobby in a bush. I just used wire cutters and clipped them apart. I believe I saw them there recently if you are on the hunt for a good Christmas flower. I had some scrap ribbon that I looped and tied together with a twist tie. I'm going to attach that to the stem of one of the plants in the pot. This is going to give it more color and just bring everything together. I also have a flocked pine cone pick. I believe I picked this up at Hobby Lobby at one point in time. I really didn't buy any new Christmas decor for this entryway. I bought those faux roses. I used what I already had and made it work. I'm going to try to do that as much as possible aside from what I have previously shown you in my Christmas decor hauls. my 2025 traditional Christmas entryway is done. I'm honestly so thrilled with how this all came together. It's exactly what I envisioned: cozy, sophisticated, and just as welcoming. The layered greenery up the banister with the Christmas tree, it makes a statement when you walk in, and that console table with the new mirror gives the perfect festive greeting with a personal touch. The real magic happens at night when all the lights are turned on the tree and the garlands. The whole space just glows. It all came together and creates the most enchanting and warm Christmas welcome. It feels classic, it feels timeless, and completely full of Christmas cheer. Thank you so much for hanging out and decorating with me today. I really hope this gives you some good ideas for your own entryway. If you enjoyed my Christmas entryway transformation, please give this video a thumbs up and hype it. It really does help my channel. And don't forget to subscribe. You do not want to miss my upcoming holiday decorating videos and content. I would love to hear from you, so drop a comment below and let me know what your favorite part of the Christmas entryway is. If you're looking for more inspiration in Christmas decorating, be sure to check out my channel. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a very happy and magical Christmas season. Until I see you in that next video, stay blessed and have a wonderful day.